Hello, guys. How we doing?
Morning, everybody.
Yeah, we're doing the next episode of Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yep.
The last episodes, the season 3 premiere, excuse me.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You know, we wondered. We had said in season 2 is like, do they every year just keep upping the spectacle of it and the degree of difficulty with some of this? They absolutely do. And the wonder through the airplane hangar to open the last episode,
Incredible.
yeah. I feel like a lot of wonders are done just without a reason behind them in a lot of work. You know what I mean? Just to say we did a
Stylistic
wonder.
flourish.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me. We can do a wonder. But when it's done really well, it really ups the emotional attachment to what's going on and the scope and the scale of what's happening. It kind of really gets you into the story in a really energetic way. And man, that is as good an example as I've ever seen outside of the West Wing.
Yeah.
Of how to do a wonder. You know,
It was really pointed out to me when I was in film school. I think it was a Fincher movie. It was Girl with Dragon Tattoo. They showed us a scene. It wasn't necessarily a wonder, but the camera moves slightly.
Fincher is really good with camera movement. Absolutely.
And my teacher, he pointed out, he's like, "Did you guys notice anything?" And the first time half of us were like, "No." He's like, just watch, pay attention. He's like, just notice what your eyes are doing whenever the camera moves a certain way. And that's exactly what this does. Sometimes you miss that. Sometimes you forget it's a wonder. Sometimes you forget. In the West Wing, they're still talking. They're still walking. It's like it just grabs your attention and it holds it so well, you know. And I appreciate that. It is very artistic and it's a very smart way of getting you engaged and focused on a scene.
Yeah, absolutely. The scale of the show was really set up well with that wonder, right? Like this is where her career has gone from the end of season 2 to the beginning of season 3.
Yeah,
just that wonder shot where she goes from the Jeep into the hangar with all of those guys and goes back up and crushes her set. With it really does bring you into the explosion of her career, right?
Yeah.
A wonder when it's really done well is very exciting.
I love it.
And that scene was designed to be exciting. The dance scenes that we've had wonders on the show are designed to be exciting and engaging, and they're done perfectly. You know, I feel like if you're going to sit down with film students and kind of talk about when should you and when should you not attempt a long wide camera shot, show this
exactly.
Show what did that do for the show, and man, just dragging you right in to start the episode.
Oh, so here's a fun question for you guys and for you. What is your favorite wonder?
Oh God, I would go back for me. Probably the True Detective season 1.
Oh,
the raid on the stash house.
That's a great one. That's a fantastic wonder, actually. It's jaw dropping, truly.
And for the same reason, it's engaging. It drags you in.
It's 6 minutes.
It doesn't give you a chance to breathe.
Yep.
You know, it's when a wonder's done well, and it really just yanks you into the story.
Yeah.
That's how you make art.
Truly.
What's yours?
Well, it's a cop out. I'm picking Goodfellas, obviously. But I do think the best wonder of all time, and I don't know if this is wrong, but I think it's got to be the opening of Boogie Nights.
That's a really good one. The really quick character introduction from outside to inside the bar, where you meet everybody really fast.
Yes, it lasts forever, and he's like switching film speeds. They're on a crane. They take it off the crane, and they're going downstairs. It's truly incredible.
You know that it brings up a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think that is an incredible wonder. It really kind of brings you into the ensemble of the story, right? And the energy of the story.
Yes,
I think conversely. And this is my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie is Magnolia. Has the most pointless wonder of all time, and that is when the Tad and the kids show up at the TV studio for the game show, and they just do the hall tracking with all the different conversations. It was like there was no need.
It's still a fantastic film.
It is. No, it's a beautiful film. I just felt like that was a really unnecessary one-off. And Paul Thomas Anderson sure doesn't do those. The one in There Will Be Blood, where they follow the car driving from the rail station to the campsite. In all that period set and everything.
I remember before Inherent Vice was coming out, there was the cinematographer, which was not Robert Richardson. It's Robert Elswit.
Was it? I don't know.
Robert Elswit. He did Inherent Vice. They showed a behind the scenes photo of just all the tracks they had laid out for the camera.
Oh, for sure, right.
And it's It seemed like it was like a mile long.
I'm sure it was.
So.
But at any rate, all of that talking around was to get to the point that the execution by the directors, by the production crew, and obviously by the cast, you can't say enough about
that we
the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. The camera work in this show is as good as anything you're going to see in a film.
Anything.
It is some Citizen Kane kind of stuff.
Truly.
As far as like we said last time, watching it, there is any point of that episode, an hour-long episode, you could have taken a still of the show, and it would have been photographically beautiful.
I
the
agree.
Entire show, and everything was framed well.
Shout out to somebody on Patreon. I'm forgetting your name. I apologize, but I still saw the comment and commented back on it. They said that this last episode had, I think it was a record for the most extras used on TV for the USO opening.
It doesn't surprise me. There were hundreds of people out there.
It was all practical.
Oh, that's so great.
I know.
I like the fact that it stays practical.
I do too. And obviously they use CGI sparingly. You have to. It's a period piece in the 1950s, but I mean, it's truly remarkable.
No, this show looks beautiful all the time, and it absolutely benefits from a lack of. I mean, there are some special effect shots, obviously, and they're obvious ones, but you can tell that they really went through painstaking measures to use practical shots all the time. It absolutely looks better. It looks so much better. Yeah. All right, we do want to welcome a couple of Patreon subscribers for the last few days, guys. So Sky Deceit, Abrima Dean, Vincent, and Devin Murphy. Thank you so much, folks, and welcome. We're very, very happy you're here with us.
We really do. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel, guys.
Hello.
If you'd like the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below. We love the comments. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah. Now, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page where you can see the whole shebang as we watch it through for the very first time. You'll need to sync and watch along with us. You're only going to see and hear us, so you'll need to be on Amazon along as we are. We're also watching 30 Rock. The brain shuts off every time I get there. 30 Rock is a Patreon exclusive. We just finished an episode. It was great.
Fantastic.
So please do that. If you are getting to the end of this episode and want to see the next 4 episodes, you can jump on over right now to our Patreon page, and they are right there ready for you to take a look at.
Sure are.
All right.
Oh, I know. A catchphrase. Yeah, that way I can do a bunch of crappy jokes, then save them with one of my patented zingers.
Just digging it. Sophie there.
Yeah, that is a shot at Sophie. This is taking a shot at Susie for sure.
I have a support system. My manager, Susie Meyerson. I see you've met. She's pushed me to get better and better, sometimes off a cliff, but irregardless, I'm loyal to her for that.
It's not a word.
Just trying to be inspirational. Well, you've inspired me. Go announce the next act.
I don't want to miss anything.
Go.
I like Jackie.
I did too. Jackie's great.
Marx was the true purist. Lenin's the little boy who dumped his bowels
so
on
he's
Carl's
getting into
genius.
meetings.
I've never heard it put quite that way.
He's hanging out with Nicks now?
It is, yeah.
I fell into a conversation with these three, and it was getting late. They were closing up, so I invited them here.
What if it's supposed to be Ezra Miller and Allen Ginsberg?
You think so?
I don't know.
But if you could carry on a little quieter.
Ideas are thunderclaps.
Right, but maybe smaller thunderclaps for now and louder ones another time.
Did it stay up all night? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd be upset.
And now we got to exploit it, publicize it, get you out there and make you the face of free speech.
Where is Rose?
Rose cannot be enjoying this.
No.
This is the last of the butter cookies.
Right.
Hey, you're communist for Christ's sake. Share.
Sorry.
Of course.
Yeah.
Miriam's your daughter?
Why do you have a lawyer?
He was arrested.
Why were you
For
arrested?
protecting a man's rights.
What man?
Lenny Bruce.
It's like they reversed roles here, haven't they?
That was very snappy.
Yeah.
She went to see her family.
She went to Providence?
She wants to talk to them about her share of the trust.
Oh boy, she hates Providence.
A minimal lifestyle takes money.
You went your eggs this morning, Mr. Weissman.
Total
Yeah.
might be nice today.
He really has no self-awareness.
She's not
does he?
hardy like me.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a shot.
Is Providence in Oklahoma? Is she from the Midwest?
Is she?
I know she would hate that. It looks like it.
Or a rig on a car or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Are Rose and Abe on their way to being financially strapped?
I think so. I really
mean,
do.
it kind of seems like it. It's a very nice house for the middle of nowhere.
Do you need me to hold you up? Come on, oh, John can carry
I can
you.
walk on my own.
John can carry you.
Is Mr. Weissman coming in?
No, not this time, John.
That's for the best. The staircase incident is still talked about.
Yeah, we got to see her parents.
Her parents are ridiculously rich.
Oh, it's her brother.
Or brother.
We need to get you upstairs.
I'll send a cold compress
and
up.
call the doctor.
I guess you could.
Doctor.
I guess you could call the doctor.
There's something sketchy going on in the back.
I know there's something sketchy going on in the back.
But he doesn't know what it is.
I know what it is. It's a gambling operation.
Oh, well, then you know more than he does.
Isn't Moish the one that sent him there?
Yeah.
Looking for junkies and poets to take a
This
picture
will get
of.
old.
Now you
Well, when there's 30 people there, yeah.
Failed fresh.
Right away, Miss Matt.
Second time I've asked.
Oh, no, no, no.
I walk into the wrong apartment.
Depends on how you feel about overthrowing the government.
Is Joel going to start throwing punches? Yeah.
It has different toys for different seasons.
You have different bobby pins for different seasons.
Touche.
Joel's taking all of this really well.
He is.
For the divorce. It's being finalized tomorrow.
That soon? I thought it was later.
It was, but with the tour and all, we got it moved up.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Good thinking. Get it done.
It is good. Good to get it over with.
Yeah.
Bad husband, but a perfect ex-husband is what he's
True,
been.
yeah.
I got you into this. I'll see it through to the end.
You sure?
Wow.
It's just a stamp on a piece of paper.
Man. That sucks.
Yeah. Divorce sucks. It doesn't matter if you want it or not. It sucks.
I thought we were eating together.
I thought we were just meeting.
We eat when we come to the Stage Deli. It's a restaurant.
You weren't specific.
Yeah, I think Mitch is being a little unreasonable.
Yeah.
What is this, the Daily Mirror? They shouldn't have printed this. Why is this sticky?
Someone should have stopped them.
Who, me?
Who else? Furla?
That's great.
Well, what could I have done to stop this? Check every
Right?
picture that every photographer took that day? There must have been at least
Right?
half a dozen of them.
Well, you should figure something out.
Hey, no press is bad press.
She doesn't eat cheesecake. It would be a picture of her making someone else eat cheesecake than her being judgmental about it. But you'll learn.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Who doesn't eat cheesecake? Well, people that are lactose intolerant.
I thought we'd be done by now.
You haven't even finished your soup.
Hand me my stuff.
Okay, Miriam's being awful to be awful right now.
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe we can have a meeting.
I mean, I get it. Susie's kind of in the doghouse right now, but
Yeah.
Midge is being a little unreasonable there.
She got the boots? Nice.
Everything well, Landry?
Everything's well, Mr. Lehman.
Same question to every employee.
Yeah.
Everything well?
Rosie, do not be nervous. I've already called a special meeting of the trust board for later today. It's pro forma. You will go home happy.
I think there's something's going to go
Something's gonna
completely
go
wrong here. Yeah. Gonna
Morning,
blow up.
Carlos. Everything well?
Everything's well, Mr. Lehman.
I gotta rewatch Killers of the Flower Moon. It's a lot of shots like
Sure.
this, you know?
I have not yet seen it. I'm waiting till I can stream it since it's so long.
3.5 hours, yeah.
Colin, to remind you about the photo session today. 4 sharp.
I know. I'll be there.
It's 3 hours because it's everything. Headshots, publicity photos, the whole works.
Well, they don't have to be there.
She might have to. She's the one who filed.
I got you.
I know you don't want me here. I just got to get you to that photo shoot. You on time? Why is this judge talking so slow? Has he been talking this slow the whole time?
No, sir, I'm not contesting.
Then why are you here?
Just moral support for my wife.
Well, she divorces you.
That's right.
For adultery.
That's right.
It's very modern. It's almost French. The couple before you, they were at each other's throats. That's the norm. It seems like the two of you are something different. I don't want
Is he not gonna give him the divorce?
Is he going to make a choice?
She's going on the road with Shy Baldwin. It's a huge thing.
And you're okay with this?
I am.
You both seem okay with everything.
We are.
Which brings me back to my point. Why are you divorcing?
For first base.
Are they going on the road with you?
No, I'm taking care of them.
But you're the father.
I know.
Oh my God.
What am I missing here?
Look, if you two don't want more time to think about it, I can't force you. The petition for divorce is granted.
Okay, I was for a second there.
I thought he was going to make him stay married. Yeah.
I was like, I don't think you can do that. Can they do that? I don't think they can.
Back then, I don't know.
Yeah.
Correctly, this was delayed from December. Are all the... Oh,
Now
will
they're
you two
thinking
leave,
about it.
please?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you two leave, please?
The long stare is unnecessary.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Wasn't fired. Just to be clear, he's making a change in his life.
Okay, I stand corrected. He's making a change in his life.
Rosie, stop interrupting. Yeah. Yeah.
Nope, I meant, could you give us the room?
Why?
We're about to vote.
Vote's done in secret. Rosie, you know that.
This is a family matter. I'm family.
She's really blowing this, isn't she?
As a member of this family, I want a seat on this board.
It doesn't work that way.
As a member of this family who doesn't eat paste, I demand a seat on this board.
That's not going to happen.
Now she's going to give up her trust, too.
I don't want anything to do with this family. I don't care how much money you throw at me. I'm done. It's very simple. If I don't get a say, I don't want your money.
Odd, what are you doing?
Come on, Grandmama. Women aren't welcome here.
Pride cometh before the fall.
That's true.
Just take the money and go back to New York.
You're
Yeah.
not there. I get her points, though.
I know she's not wrong. It's incredibly sexist, but she wasn't going to win.
No. They board it up?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
See that? It's like a secret door. No. Don't. Come on.
What are you doing, man?
Dude.
They closed it off. Isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah.
My name's Joel Maisel. I'm the sucker that rented the space upstairs.
I'm the sucker.
And I'm not a cop. I'm just a guy.
Look to the lovely lady who talked to you last time.
By the way, somebody pointed out that lady that talked to him. That's the daughter in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, was it? I didn't recognize her.
I didn't either.
Great movie.
It was really good, yeah.
She was my pick for Best Supporting Actress.
I didn't
Not Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's so weird that Jamie Lee Curtis won.
Right.
I'm glad she has an Oscar, but still.
Right.
So you're saying she makes enough off of just you that she doesn't need to have any other clients?
No, she does not.
Not quite. She only made about $20 off me last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Is she going to realize this finally?
Right.
Well, not quite. It's not even a living for me.
But Susie gets half, right?
And so.
She gets 10%.
I think she's going to...
Yeah, I think she's starting to realize it. Right.
Can you move? I can't see.
I had a baby 4 weeks ago. And your husband drinks.
This is the second time they've done this, where they like had an exercise routine while they've carried on a lot of dialogue. I'm like, these guys have to be in shape to pull that
Have
off.
to, yeah.
You know how tiring that would be?
Exhausted.
Just out of breath.
I can't, like, when in high school, like, we'd run for football.
Yeah.
I never talked to anybody.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't come back. So it's nice that you came back. It is you, isn't it?
And she gave up all of her trust funds.
Yeah.
Babe?
Rose?
I have just come from a travel odyssey of biblical proportions.
Oh, dear.
I hate turbulence in airplanes.
Me too.
I get nervous.
I'd be sleeping and reading a book, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're all going to shit.
Oh, that's Ezra. He had an argument with his old lady. Just needed a place to crash for a couple of days.
It cracks me up when somebody calls their significant other old lady. Old lady.
Right.
Did the family not extend you more money?
No, she gave up all the money.
I gave it the money. I don't want it. It's blood money.
But
what?
She's not wrong. It is blood money, but in a completely different way.
You know what? If he gets to go off on his thing, so does she.
Yep.
You quit Columbia, you lose the apartment.
I like
you
that trust
go to
fund.
beef
I
up
do
your
too.
trust fund, you come back without a trust fund? I mean, what is going on with you two?
They need to come up with a plan for an income now.
Midge is going to have to...
Right, support her parents.
She said she's going to meet up with you at whatever this party is you're going to.
Great. I guess we're not going together.
Does Jackie not have a house?
He was
Or
probably
apartment?
staying at the bar, too.
Probably.
Yeah. Is this like the tour launch party?
Gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, it looks-
All the
yeah, I
records on
think
the
so,
wall. That'd be really cool to go to.
Yeah.
That bar. Wow.
It's an open bar.
Yeah.
I would be RSVPing, yes.
Susie Myson and Associates.
That's Sterling K. Brown.
That's awesome.
I
Really?
love him.
He's on the show.
Who are you?
I'm Reggie, Shy's manager. We need to talk.
He's so awesome. He's such a good actor, man.
Yeah, he's great, man. I can't believe he's on the show.
I had no idea.
I've been looking after Shy since we were kids, tossing rocks in vacant lots. We was running numbers for Stephanie St. Clair before we were 10. When he found his singing,
He's so good.
Yeah.
I'll be at his side when he draws his last breath unless I get there first. I would lay down my life for him. That's what's going on here. You hear me?
He was the best part of the awful Predator movie.
He was, actually.
Sticking a $5 bill in your pocket for cab fares, how Let Uncle Lou does it. It's not how I do it. You bring me receipts, and I tell you what gets reimbursed.
I think that's actually probably pretty realistic.
Yeah. That is a great
Hello,
dress, isn't
all. Nice to meet you. Thank you for making me feel like one of the gang.
Susie, stay.
it? Yeah.
Just stay. Oh, the show makes me so mad sometimes.
This is right.
It's just
These people are not very good at olive branches on this show, are they?
No.
Except for Joel.
Ironically enough.
Yeah.
These are the owners.
What are their names?
You couldn't pronounce them.
Like, yeah.
I just need to know how this is going to work.
他想知道这应该怎么做。
And they're definitely the owners?
Yes.
Take the money.
I would take the money.
Has there been a murder?
他想知道这里有没有发生过谋杀案。It's not gonna be successful.
What?
他刚才说他会把俱乐部发扬光大。
The club will work. I'm gonna make it work.
Now, so you're perfect for us because you'll have very few customers. See?
That's not true. I'm gonna make money.
The money from them.
Take the money, yeah.
I'm staying. Okay, I'm staying. And I'm gonna
Take the
make money
money.
off of this. You'll see.
If he's trying to make a business work there that hasn't even built yet. Yeah.
Especially if it's a money-losing business.
Right? All businesses for a while are money-losing businesses.
Yeah.
Susie, I want you to have associates.
Good.
I want you to have a suite of offices and windows with views.
I hope we finally see that.
Right.
I can deal with Sophie Lennon.
Yeah.
Good.
You don't have to interact even.
Good.
It'll always be my number one.
Be able to print your
Right. Honestly, Susie shouldn't even have to go on tour with her.
No.
It should be like, here's your contract. Call me if this gets violated.
Yeah.
Their contract should cover all of it.
They're best friends at this point,
Sure.
too, so that's why she wants to be
Right.
Fantastic shot. Holy cow.
What a great shot again. Look at this.
You know, I've been watching a lot of Spike Lee lately, and that looks extravagant.
Sure, absolutely.
I love New York is so aesthetically pleasing and beautiful.
It is.
Those buildings are so old, and I love, like, in a Spike Lee film, or just, I mean, even in The Godfather 2, like, the outsides of these apartments, you know what I mean? People sit on the steps, and just all the crowd walking by. There's something so...
The parade and everything in Godfather
Yeah.
2 in the 40s. Yeah.
But, like, there's something so aesthetically pleasing about that, too. You know what I
Sure,
mean? Like, Do the Right Thing. It basically takes place on the street the whole movie, you know what I mean? And people walking up and down, and it's fantastic to look at. And this show...
It captures New York really well.
But not only that, it feels like it's in conversation with, like, so many other, like, works of great art and, like, films from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and just, like, not ripping them off, but it's taking a lot of inspiration from them.
Sure.
And it's really making something special with it. And
Right.
obviously, it's wholly unique, and it's its own show entirely. And so when we say, oh, this is like that, this is like this, we don't mean that as, like, a slight or...
No, not at all. No.
It's just really, really good.
When it looks as good as the best film work, that's saying an awful lot for a television series.
Yes.
It really is.
And all
Or
the
streaming
best,
series.
all the
Yeah.
best films, they're pulling from other things. It's
Absolutely.
inspiration. It's an evolution of the medium, really.
It is. I mean, everything that with good camera movement can go all the way back to Citizen Kane, right? So
Further back, even, you know?
Absolutely. I hope we get a lot more Sterling K. Brown.
Me too.
I had no idea he was ever on this show.
I didn't either. Thank you guys for not telling us.
Yeah,
I love being surprised.
Just dropped in. He's such a good actor. That seems to be a role that's right in his wheelhouse because he really nailed that monologue there. So yeah, I'm hoping we see a lot of him with the show going on the road, and the show being on the road. I'm kind of interested to see what that looks like. Are we going to have the same type of visibility of other cities? You know what I mean? Are we going to see period exteriors in Philadelphia or DC or Miami? You know,
I hope so.
For sure.
I really do, because they went to Paris in the last season,
Right.
so you should up the ante a little bit.
It would be really expensive to go all over America getting period shots like that, though, wouldn't it? It'd be amazing.
Well, you know, like we said, they up the budget. They got Bezos money. You know,
Yeah,
Amazon, so-
seriously, right. The show's obviously a masterpiece. I'm glad that we didn't drag out we're 2 episodes in, right?
Yeah.
The fight between Midge and Susie.
I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, right. I'm glad we go on the road. I didn't want it to be like a season-long conflict.
Yeah.
It's like, because like anything else, that would get tired, but I feel like the showrunners know what they're doing, and they knew like 2 episodes is as far as we can push this.
That's perfect.
Right.
Perfect. There has not been a bad episode of the show.
No, absolutely
the 2
not.
seasons
Nope.
that we've seen, and I don't expect anything less of it. I mean, obviously, you guys, you love the show. You're very passionate about it. And you've let us know like what your favorite seasons are, and I don't want to say that they told us that like it drops off a bit, but there's been people who are like, "Oh, this season's not as strong as this season."
Sure.
They said that about Mad Men season 2, and we loved that.
I loved it. Right. Yeah.
So obviously, this thing is all subjective. It's
Sure.
It's all opinionated.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's fair. Like, shows will have peak seasons, you know, where like, and it's not like there's a drop off per se. Like the quality doesn't fall off, but it's fair to have to say like in this season the show just episode to episode was just batting 1,000, just crush it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they don't have that crush it stream after that, but it doesn't mean the quality of the show falls off or that it's not still an exceptional show.
No.
It's just, when you do a perfect season of television, and sometimes those happen, it can be hard to match that or definitely to top it,
Yeah. And I think a lot of you guys think this is your favorite season.
3?
Yeah. So we've got a lot of good things on Patreon about this season. So that makes me excited to hear that, man, because I love the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't know how you're going to top the Catskills. I mean,
right.
Just season 2 in general, I thought was literally a perfect season of television.
Yeah, for one, they pull off the hour-long comedy, and a lot of shows can't do that, right? There's a lot of shows that have tried the hour-long comedy fall apart so fast.
Yeah,
and this one does it really well. It seems like the writing and the energy and the story arcs often work in like 20 to 30 minute bits, and that's it. Which makes sense. Like ABC storylines that have to be wrapped up in 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a show that because it's more than just a comedy, does that.
Well, I mean, even like Hacks was 30 minutes long, and Hacks was a good show. I think this show kind of takes the ball from Hacks and runs with it.
Absolutely, right.
Obviously, I don't know which show came first. I think they're both around the same time.
Yeah, I think this might have been a little bit before Hacks, just because I think this show was older.
Slightly,
there were more seasons at the same time.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that, but I do think this is a little bit older than Hacks.
I think you're right, because Hacks was a Max original, and Max was like 20.
Yeah.
HBO Max, I'm sorry.
Right, and this show started, as I can see right now on the screen, in 2017. So
there you go.
Right.
So just this show, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done more shows like this. Obviously, Hacks kind of feels like a response to this. Then
sure,
feels like there's some gold to be mined out of that.
Absolutely,
but at the same time, nobody likes rip off. Nobody likes
derivative, right? Yeah, it is. I'm kind of glad we've gotten into this idea of, because we've kind of known forever that stand-up comics are complicated people.
Yeah,
like you have to be, like, even Lenny Bruce in the show's like, you got to have some issues for this to be the thing that you feel like you have to do to express yourself.
Yeah,
and be the functioning person you want to be. This is an odd choice, right?
It is,
to stand in front and be this vulnerable and to try to make people laugh and have that be your end goal,
and to be successful.
At it. And so I do think it's a new area where you can find some really good character work, as far as a career goes. Because let's face it, television, and we've said before, like, I'm over network television largely because it's cops, doctors, lawyers, rescue workers, and that's it.
Stuff
right?
we've seen a million.
Stuff we've seen a million times because it's safe area, it's procedural stuff, right? And this is kind of a procedural show, but it's in an area that has not been explored in any way and gives you so many different things you can do with it besides feeling like the typical procedural show.
Yeah.
I'd never watched it, but I know a show that, because I used to get Entertainment Weekly and I read about it. Prior, as a kid before I ever had HBO, but 6 Feet Under got a lot of credit for, like, it's a procedural show, but it broke the mold of cops, doctors, lawyers, in that it was a funeral home. Yeah, a funeral home directing family. I should watch that at some point. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I remember when it was on TV. I was a kid and I remember seeing ads for HBO.
Yeah, I just never had HBO, which is why I never did it. But that idea of we can still do procedural shows, we can still do shows that show people at work, but it's okay to step into different jobs and different and therefore different kinds of characters and different kinds of people.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice that that with something like stand-up comedy or a funeral home family or waitresses, whatever, that you can follow workers but get away from that.
I think the master of that, honestly, is Paul Schrader. Because obviously he wrote Taxi Driver, but he's done it a couple times with other films. You take a job,
right,
and that's the metaphor for bringing an issue. He did First Reform with Ethan Hawke. That was he's a priest that has an existential crisis about climate change. And same thing with the card counter, gambling. Master Gardeners came out. That's a Master Gardener. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's really cool when a good writer can take a profession,
right,
and really spin a story out of that.
Yeah, and I guess you do. That you mentioned that, you do have to give credit to stuff that predated this. The workplace comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know what really started it. Maybe it was The Office that really started that, as it moved into Parks and Rec a little bit and into Workaholics.
What was the show? Dave Foley and Andy Dick.
News Radio.
Yeah,
they kind of did it too, right?
Yeah,
The idea of a workplace comp, and there were others. Murphy Brown, obviously, was
sure, okay.
Spin City. I mean, there have been a lot of other shows that have done it, but it is nice when you can take people working different kinds of jobs, and the one where that 90% it still dominates network television, and kind of follow that. If you're gonna have a workplace show, why not do a different kind of workplace?
Why not?
Yeah,
we've seen a lot.
Yeah, we've seen the cop show. I am good on the cop show, except for The Wire. We do need to check out The Wire.
We'll check The Wire out
because a lot of people let us know on the channel that The Wire is the best cop show,
and now we'll amped up to start it.
I have too, and we will. Yeah, we've got to work it into the schedule if something else falls off, and we've been talking about that. But at some point, I think The Wire needs to come into our wheelhouse.
It definitely will.
All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.